So this is a tutorial on how to fix the yellow light of death for the PlayStation 3. So first I'm going to show you what you're going to need to make this happen. First thing you're going to need is a small Phillips or just a regular cross screwdriver, some glue gun to wipe off the old thermal paste, some Arctic Silver 5 thermal paste. This is definitely the best one to use. It's going to last longer than the other brands. A plastic card, preferably something smooth, to act as an applicator for the thermal paste. And a heat gun, preferably one that has temperature settings, so you can go all the way to 350 degrees Celsius. You need to make sure that it's not a hairdryer. It has to be a heat gun, because it has to get very, very hot for this to work. So now I'm going to show you how to take your PlayStation 3 apart. Okay, so if you're watching this, it's because you're having this problem. So the yellow light of death, when you turn it on, instead of turning on, it just flashes yellow and then it blinks red like that. And what happens here is that the CPU and the GPU, the solder that connects them to the motherboard has dried out and cracked, and the connection is no longer being made. So what we're doing is we're reflowing the solder. Basically, we're going to melt it and let it dry so it's uniform once again, and we're going to re-establish that connection. So first thing, turn off the power switch from the back. Take the plug out. I forgot to mention you're going to need a Torx screwdriver, which is just a 6-pointed star screwdriver. This is just for the first step here. So behind the top cover, there's a little hole. You might have a sticker right here if your PlayStation is still under warranty. So take that off. Note that if your PlayStation is still under warranty, taking that sticker off is going to void the warranty. So you just remove that screw, and you can just slide the cover off like this. So now you expose the top shell. What you're going to do, the first step, is you're going to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 screws. So you're going to use your little Phillips screwdriver. Note that this one here is smaller than all the other ones. It says S right above it, so you'll know where to put the small one when you put it back together. Now I'm missing one screw here on mine, so don't worry about that. You should have seven screws there on yours. I'm just going to take off 6. Okay, so once all the screws are out, you can just sort of reach in behind it and you'll hear a little pop. That's okay. That's just the cover coming off. Alright, so what we're going to do here, we're going to start by taking off the Blu-ray drive, which is this bad boy right here. So this is going to be loose. It's just sitting on top. So just grab the cable, this cable right here, and just pop that out. Now lift it gently because underneath there's a ribbon, and you're going to have to lift the clip with your thumbnail or your nail, just be very careful because it's very fragile. So mine's a little broken here, so I'll try to be very careful and do this a little bit extra slow. So once you lift it up, you just pull the ribbon out, and there you go. You put that down, and just move on to the power module here. So you're just going to remove this cable here. You don't need to remove both ends. I'm just going to zoom in a bit so you can see better. Okay. So this cable right here, you just pull it out. Alright, so you're just going to remove this cable right here. Maybe use your screwdriver to just pop it out. Just pry out the wires here. There you go, and there's a little screw right here. That's the ground. You can undo that. It's attached to a green and yellow cable. So just like that, okay? And then you're going to undo these screws here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Two, 3, 4, 5, and then the power unit just comes right off, just like that. Alright. Next, we're going to be removing the 2 plates that are holding the cover to the motherboard. Okay, so at this point, you're going to remove these 2 plates here by taking off 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. And then we're going to take off these screws here around the edge of the casing to access the motherboard. So I'm just going to do that now. Now your PlayStation might look a little bit different, have different pieces somewhere else depending on the model, but don't worry, it's pretty much all the same. Okay, so now that you've done that, you can take off these screws here. So this one, this one, this one, this one, this one with the red dot, this one with the blue dot, and this one in the corner here. Basically every screw that has a little arrow etched on the casing next to it. Keep in mind that the screw with the red dot is the longer one. So just remember that it goes there. Okay, now don't forget to unclip this little ribbon here. You see that one right there? Just remove the clip with your fingernail and pull that out, and it's just going to slide underneath when you lift the casing.